All right, we are back for episode 10 of the KG Show, and this is my first virtual interview. I'm pretty excited to do that. And today we have Cadillac DeVille Smith from Detroit in the studio, and he just came off a fresh knockout win on the Clarissa Shields card in Atlanta. He's 15-0 with 10 knockouts. DeVille, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me on the show.
For sure. So as I mentioned, that was a pretty big card. You were on the Clarissa Shields card, the Salida Promotions there in Atlanta. I think that was the first women's headlined card at the State Farm Arena. So that was a pretty big deal. All the celebrities are out, and it was everybody was buzzing. It definitely had that big card feel. How was it for you?
It was amazing, man. Great experience top to bottom. At the weigh-ins alone, I got to meet Shane Mosley, Andre Durrell, Floyd Mayweather. Just being around that atmosphere is really cool, and it's just showing me that I'm getting to that next level.
Did this one feel different to you?
It felt so different. Just my camp that I had leading up to the fight, being in the dressing room, the weight cut that I had. It like this fight just felt like another day in the gym.
Was there anything that you wanted to do in the fight that you didn't get a chance to show?
Um, It was a couple of little things that we worked on that I didn't get to use, but that's due to me being able to keep the distance. We were working on him getting on the inside and me figuring out how to get him off of me and using certain punches and angles to get out of the positions that I would be in, but I was able to not be in those positions.
How would you grade your performance overall?
I give it a B plus. There's still some holes in my game. There's still some things that I have to work on to perfect what I'm trying to do. But I think it was a good performance overall, though.
I do too. I mean, you got to finish, so there's something to be said there, and on a
Yeah,
big stage too.
yeah, it felt amazing in his hometown as well. So couldn't get any better than that.
Definitely. At 15-0, do you still feel like a prospect, or do you feel like you're starting to enter that contender phase now?
I feel like I'm starting to enter the contender phase. I'm looking at my rankings now. I'm in the top 50s and top 10 in the country now. I'm not ranked in any sanctioning bodies yet, but I got one more fight and I'm going to be, in those conversations.
So I read somewhere that you started boxing when you were 7 years old. Do you actually remember the first time walking into the gym?
Kinda. The gym in Southwest Detroit, and what I remember most though from my early like beginnings in my career was the first time I sparred. Like I remember putting the headgear on and tapping myself in the head, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave with a headache. And I actually did. I got beat up, but yeah, just those early days has sparked what I'm doing now, who I am now.
It's my understanding that you came up training at the legendary original Kronk gym, right?
Not the original one. I wasn't in the basement. I was at the one on Warren. It was like the second one I think they had. But Emmanuel was there. It was a lot of great fighters coming out of there. Like Andy Lee won the title out of there. K9. I think they had Jonathan Banks. It was a lot of fighters coming out of that gym too.
And you've worked with SugarHill since you were pretty young, right?
Yeah, the Kronk circle they had a few different coaches within each other's, but yeah, he was around the gym. He would show me stuff every now and then. But I didn't officially start training with him until like 2019. We were getting ready for the Golden Gloves and things like that. For a couple of years, I was training with him, sparring with all the pros that he had around the gym. And then right before Golden Gloves, COVID happened, shut everything down. And then he went out with Tyson, and he had Anthony Durrell that was fighting all over the world. So we kind of split up from there. And then we rejoined about a couple years ago.
What would you say is something that he understands about you that another trainer wouldn't?
Seeing that he knew me since I was this big, he know my game, he know my potential, he know how bad I want it, and he knows how to enhance the things that I'm good at, the things that I want to get better at.
There was a time that you were dubbed Hitman 2.0. They were calling you the second coming of Tommy Hearns, and you've kind of shed that nickname in light of going by Cadillac now. And I just wanted to ask you, can you explain the change in nickname?
They still calling me that actually, but just being in the gym, my coaches BB and Hill, everybody called me like Cadillac DeVille growing up, because like when you hear my name DeVille, everybody like, oh, like the Cadillac. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't even know what a Cadillac was. Like, I'm like 10 years old. Everybody talking about Coupe de Villes and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm Googling it and all that. I'm like, okay, this is what they're talking about. But so I've been hearing that since I was a little kid. And then eventually everybody like, you should go by Cadillac. And then Hill and BB was just calling me Cadillac in the gym every day. Cadillac, Coupe, like you smooth and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, all right, we're gonna go with that. So we're going with Cadillac DeVille. Um, I also like Coupe DeVille. Like you can call me Coupe if you don't want to say Cadillac and stuff like that. I'm trying to find myself within that nickname.
So you talked about being a little kid. I read that you grew up with quite a few siblings. I think it was
Yeah.
12, right?
Yeah, something like that. So I have a lot of siblings actually. It's somewhere around like 12. I got, step siblings, a little bit of distant siblings here, but yeah, it's a lot of us. My mom herself had 6 kids, and then other siblings came and moved in. Oh yeah, it was a lot of it. It was a lot of fun too, though.
How much do you think that shaped you growing up?
It's actually the reason I'm boxing today. Like I'm the second youngest out of all of them, so I got big brothers that like to mess with you all the time, and they're the reason that I got in the boxing gym. I wanted to learn how to fight and beat them up, make them stop messing with me. So that pretty much shaped my boxing career.
So did you had to take some ass kickings growing up and fight back a lot, being the second youngest?
Yeah, by my big brothers, big sisters, everybody like you gotta learn how to hold your own.
What got you into the boxing gym initially when you were younger?
Well, my my stepfather was a boxer growing up, and he a huge boxing fan, huge boxing. So I'll be like 5, 6 years old, and I'm going to bed, and I hear downstairs like, "Let's get ready to rumble!" Like it's just boxing, and then like we get in trouble or stuff like that. He'd make us like do jabs going up and down the hallway till our arms fall off, or if we arguing with each other, he'd make us put the gloves on and settle it there. But what got me into it all the way was one night my brother was picking on me, and that same night my stepdaddy asked us like, "You want to keep playing baseball? You want to try basketball, or you want to do boxing?" And I'm like, man, I'm thinking in the back of my head like, he just did all this today. I'm about to beat him up. I'm like, I'm gonna try boxing. So from there, I went to the gym like the following week, learned how to box, was getting beat up, got better, start winning titles and stuff like that, and still haven't beat them up to this day.
When did boxing go from something that you did to this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life?
When I won my first nationals, I won ringside. I was 9 years old. At first, I wasn't really good at boxing. I would lose my first like 4 fights. I was like 1-3. But I don't know, I just had this drive, like, I wanna win. I wanted to win so bad, and I just started working harder and harder, got better coaches, and then I started winning, and it felt good, it felt amazing, and I fought in that tournament, I won, I had a belt, and it was the best feeling in the world. I wanted to experience that for the rest of my life.
I don't know anything really about like your Golden Gloves career. Did you fight Golden Gloves or Silver Gloves or anything like that?
Um, I fought Golden Gloves, but I fought states, like I think you had to be 16 to advance to nationals and stuff like that. And I stopped boxing at 15 years old. When I fought in the silver gloves, I went all the way to nationals and I lost. And then I ended up just stopped boxing. I just decided to finish school.
So
And
at what point did you come back to boxing?
I went back to boxing after I graduated. I got accepted into a few different colleges. I got accepted to Eastern, Western, um, and I think Wayne State University. But I'm a boxer at the end of the day, and I'm thinking, let me finish off what I started. So I started again in 2018, the end of 2018, and then 2019 I went to Hill, and I was going for Golden Gloves, and I was gonna win it too, but COVID shut down like 3 weeks before Golden Gloves. So then after everything cleared from COVID, I just turned pro. I was tired of waiting.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you made the right decision
Yeah, yeah. I'm on the right track now.
for sure. So, if the people don't know you, how would you describe your style?
I think I'm a boxer puncher. But I'm a versatile fighter. I do whatever I have to do to win. If I have to go forward, I do that. If I gotta box on my back foot, can do that. Counter punching. I'm a jack of all trades, man. I can do it all in the ring.
Well, I mean, 10 knockouts and 15 wins. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
That's got to feel good to say, right?
It does feel good to say, and this knockout was a statement for me. I'm glad I was able to go out there and showcase what I can do once again.
What is something that you're significantly better at now that fans probably don't realize?
My footwork, like the main thing we work on in the gym is our feet. Being on the ground is the most important thing because that's where everything starts. If your feet is out of position, your punch is going to be out of position. You fall off balance.
So, we've established you're 15 and 0 now, 10 knockouts. Do you feel that you're ready for the next level of opponent?
I do, and I'm getting there, man. I just got to keep on working, stay in the gym, stay focused, keep doing everything that I've been doing, and carry on from the last camp to this next one coming up.
Are there any conversations that are being had about stepping up?
Um, Actually, we're going to have those conversations today, a little bit after this meeting, and we'll just see what's next.
Is there anybody in your division that you're looking at and you're like, they're next for me?
I'm looking at everybody that's in front of me. Like I'm literally studying all of the fighters that's in front of me because I'm ranked 42 in the world now. So I'm just yeah, I'm locked in looking at all these guys. Nobody in particular that I have, like no specific names yet, but I got my eye on everybody.
I read that you just became a father for the third time. How has having kids changed the way that you look at your career?
It made me go 10 times harder. Like at first I was just a kid just following his dream, just having fun. But now it's more like I have to be a provider, um, and I have to lead by example. So with me following my dreams, I'm showing them that they can follow theirs and they can do whatever they want to put their minds to.
How old are your kids?
My son is 3, my daughter is 2, and my youngest daughter is about to turn 7 months.
Oh, wow, man. So, really recently. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So, they're really not at the age that they have any clue what dad does yet.
Oh, they know. My son know.
Oh, for
My
real?
son, oh, for sure. Like we about to go to the boxing gym tomorrow. I'm back. He like, Dad, let's go to the boxing gym. He got his own little boxing gloves. He made me put the pads on. He put my gloves on, and he hitting on the pads. This was like 2 days ago. Like he got his own punching bag. He knows boxing. He'll watch me box. Like if I'm watching boxing, I'm watching myself. He look on the TV. He's like, that's Dad right there on the TV boxing, and he starts shadow boxing and trying to punch me, punch my legs and stuff. Yeah, that kid wants to be a fighter. I don't want him to, but he got it in him.
That was going to be my next question. Do you want any of your kids to box?
Absolutely not. It's a dangerous sport, man. Just go read a book or something. Go be a doctor, a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Things along that line.
I tell my son all the time, I'm like, dude, go to school and make sure you do something that you enjoy.
Yeah, you don't got to do this.
um, so, how difficult is it balancing camp, travel, fighting, and everything now with your kids?
It's hard, man, but I have a beautiful wife that helps me with that. Whenever I'm feeling away from home, homesick, she won't call away. Get to talk to the kids. but it's still hard. Sometimes they on the phone crying, telling me they miss me. They want to come to California with me. They want to come to Florida with me. They want to come to camp. And like it has been times where I brought them to camp with me, but things get a little more difficult when you got three of them, and plane tickets costs a lot, and you got to get bigger houses to stay in. But just the sacrifice, everything pays off in the end.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, but I think you're on the right track, and pretty soon that's probably the logistics of that will start to get easier. I have to believe as you continue to climb the ladder, right?
For sure.
Detroit has produced an insane amount of boxing history. When your career is over, where do you want the name Devell Smith to fit into that story?
I want to be among the best. I want to be on the Mount Rushmore of Detroit fighters, of all the fighters in general. But as far as Detroit go, I want to be on that Mount Rushmore with Tommy Hearns and Joe Louis and just all the greats from Detroit and from Michigan in general. We got Floyd Mayweather, we got Clarissa Shields, we got a lot of great fighters coming out of Michigan.
When you put on those red and gold colors now, who are you carrying into the ring with you?
The whole Kronk, the whole like representing the whole gym, the whole legacy. I got Tommy behind me, Emmanuel behind me, my coach behind me, just the whole city of Detroit on my back. Like I'm trying to represent.
What would it mean to eventually headline a main card at home?
Man, that would feel amazing. I've been thinking about that too. Um, that's just one of my short term goals right now, and I feel like I'm right there. I should be fighting for a regional title soon, and hopefully I can do that at home.
Any venue in mind?
Yeah, it's a place I graduated. It's called the Taylor Sportsplex. Pretty big, nice venue, and I would love to see my picture out there on the jumbotron that they have.
That'd be fantastic, man. Salita's got that card coming up on the 29th at the Fox. Have you been to the
Mhm.
Fox?
Yeah, I fought at the Fox my last fight. It was
Oh, did
pretty
you?
sweet.
Man, the architecture there is just insane.
It's beautiful. I mean, from top to bottom, I haven't seen anything like it before.
What was that like, walking out in a place like that? Did you kind of take a moment to look at, or
Yes, yes and no. I was more focused on the task at hand. But after the fight, I'm looking up at the ceiling. I was just like mesmerized. It's a very beautiful venue.
what is the best advice that Sugar Hill has ever given you?
To stay in the gym, stay ready. Keep learning. Don't fade off, and like don't come back to the gym down here to have to get back up to where I was at before I left.
Who's your favorite Detroit fighter ever?
Tommy Hearns.
The Hitman. Do you feel like I don't want to say replicate his style, but are you inspired by his style of fighting?
Ab- Absolutely. He's a fighter that I watch the most. And I think I don't try to replicate his style, but naturally I do the things that he do. We came from the same school basically. Emmanuel Steward is my coach's uncle, and he teaching the same thing that Emmanuel was teaching. So naturally I'm doing a lot of the same things.
Where are you 1 year from today?
On my way to a title shot. 1 year from today I should be somewhere around 18-0,
What's the belt
ranked
you're
one
after?
or two. I want the WBC, but hey, honestly, any of those titles would be amazing to win and fight for. It's just WBC has been on my brain since I was like 8 years old. It used to be the computer screensaver back at home when everybody shared one computer. Like anytime I click on there, that's the first thing I see. Like
So for a long time, you've just been visualizing that. Now it's time to make it a reality, right?
absolutely. But like I said, any of those titles would be amazing to win. Just to call myself a world champion, I feel complete.
Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at deville.smith and add me on Facebook too at deville smith.
Excellent. Well, DeVell, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing where things go for you over the next year, and I hope you get to that WBC belt, man.
Thank you. And thanks again for having me, man. I appreciate being on here.